Chapter 1. The Unwanted Vow. I lean back in my leather chair, staring at the email from Mom. The words arranged marriage burn into my retinas like a cheap neon sign. Marriage? Fine, I can play the dutiful son. But when I see the name Harry, I nearly choke on my coffee. Harry, the alpha with a white moonlight obsession, the guy who's allergic to suppressants and goes feral during his rut. The one who, according to every gossip rag, is saving himself for some unattainable love. Great. Just great. I toss my phone onto the desk, rubbing my temples. We met as kids, sure. Sticky fingers, backyard games, the kind of fleeting moments that don't survive puberty. Then life split us into different orbits, me, Luis, the charming Omega who's never met a heart he couldn't break, and him, the brooding heir who'd rather wrestle his own pheromones than admit he's human. Why him? My phone buzzes. Mom's text. Luis, your father and I think it's a solid match. You two know each other, and your pheromone compatibility is off the charts. Compatibility, right? Like that's ever mattered in a world where power and money call the shots. I don't care who I marry. Love's a luxury I traded for a penthouse view years ago. But Harry? That's a complication. If he's got a white moonlight, fine. I'm not the one pining. He just needs to say yes. Except he doesn't. Weeks drag by, and the wedding date remains a ghost. Whispers swirl through elite circles. Harry's holding out, a noble alpha guarding his heart. Meanwhile, I'm painted as the villain Luis, the playboy Omega who's resorted to family pressure to trap a reluctant groom. Me begging? As if I've had alphas and omegas alike tripping over themselves to get a taste of my red wine pheromones. The rumors pile up, each more ridiculous than the last, until I'm laughing in my office, half mad. Harry, you idiot. Clinging to some romantic fantasy while dragging my name through the mud? Not on my watch. I make a few calls, pull some strings, nothing too drastic, just enough to remind his family who's holding the better cards. By the time I'm done, Harry's signature is on the dotted line. Victory tastes bitter, but I'll take it. The wedding is a spectacle, all crystal chandeliers and forced smiles. Harry's face could sour milk, his jaw tight as he glares at everyone but me. I play my part, charming guests, letting my pheromones drift just enough to keep the room buzzing. By the time we're alone in the bridal suite, I'm exhausted, my tie half undone. I turn to him, ready to negotiate bathroom schedules like civilized adults. Hey, you want to? I start, but Harry's already in full panic mode. He snatches a pillow, clutching it like a shield, his green eyes blazing with disgust. Don't even think about it, he snaps, voice low and rough. I'm not sleeping with you, no matter what dirty tricks you pulled to get me here. I freeze, my hand still on my tie. The sheer audacity of it hits me like a slap. Dirty tricks? Me desperate for him? I've had alphas begging at my feet, omegas slipping their numbers into my pocket. And this guy, this moron, thinks I'm panting for his approval? A laugh bubbles up, sharp and cold. Tricks, I say, stepping closer. He backs up, pillow still raised like I'm about to pounce. Buddy, you're not exactly my type. But since you're so worried about your virtue, let's make this clear. He flinches as I grab his collar, the pillow squished between us. His pheromones, a sharp mix of cedar and smoke, hit me hard, damn that compatibility, but I'm too pissed to care. You think I'm dying to jump you? Look at me. I gesture to myself, letting a smirk curl my lips. I'm out of your league. His eyes narrow, scanning me from head to toe. All you've got is that pretty face. He shoots back, voice dripping with scorn. Pretty enough to make you nervous. I counter, yanking him toward the door. But if you're so set on playing martyr, you can do it outside. With one swift move, I kick the door open and shove him, pillow and all, into the hallway. Sleep tight, princess. The door slams shut, and I lean against it, heart pounding. His scent lingers, infuriatingly potent, but I shake it off. He wants to play the victim? Fine. I'm not here to coddle his ego. My reputation's taken enough hits thanks to his little stunt. If he thinks he can shame me into submission, he's got another thing coming. I stride to the desk, where a stack of papers waits. The agreement I had drawn up, mutual freedom, no strings, each of us living our own lives. I've already signed it, my name a bold slash across the page. I call the butler, who delivers it to Harry's temporary exile in the guest room. Minutes later, he's back, papers in hand. Harry's signature is there, scrawled with a fury that makes me grin. He didn't even hesitate. I lean against the doorframe, arms crossed, watching him stalk back to his room. Don't flatter yourself, I call after him. This marriage is just business. I'm not exactly writing you love letters. He pauses, shoulders stiff, but doesn't turn. Good, he mutters, voice clipped. Because I'd burn them. The door to his room clicks shut, and I'm left in the silence of our new reality. Business, not pleasure. Freedom, not chains. I've got my life, my flings, my empire to run. Harry can cling to his white moonlight all he wants. I'm not the one who's going to break. But as I kick off my shoes and collapse onto the bed, his cedar scent still clings to my skin, stubborn and unyielding. I groan, burying my face in the pillow. This is going to be a nightmare. Chapter 2, Pheromone Storm. The villa's too quiet, like a museum after hours. I toss my keys on the counter, shrugging off my jacket. 2 weeks into this sham marriage, and Harry and I have mastered the art of avoidance. Separate rooms, separate lives. We cross paths at dinner, exchange polite grunts, and retreat. It's almost peaceful, until I step inside and catch a whiff of something sharp, like fresh-cut cedar with a bitter edge. Butler hovers near the staircase, wringing his hands. Sir, Mr. Harry hasn't left his room all day. I raise an eyebrow, loosening my tie. And? Butler leans closer, voice low. His ruts hit. Pheromones are leaking everywhere. The staff's on edge. Those decorative alphas you keep around are hiding in the kitchen. I snort, heading for the dining room. Harry's rut? Not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm an omega, sure, but I'm not his nanny. Let him stew, I say, grabbing a glass of wine. He's a big boy. Butler trails me undeterred. Sir, if he loses control, it'll be a mess. And if he, God forbid, dies in there, the tabloids will say you cursed him. Omega widower strikes again. I choke on my wine, laughing despite myself. Cursed? Me? That's rich. But the thought of another PR disaster, my name dragged through the mud again, sours my mood. Harry's already cost me enough credibility with his white moonlight drama. I can't afford to look like a negligent spouse on top of it. Fine, I mutter, setting the glass down. I'll check on him. But if he throws a tantrum, I'm billing him for my therapy. I pop a suppressant first, the needles sting, grounding me. No way I'm letting his pheromones mess with my head. Compatibility be damned. The closer I get to his room, the thicker the air grows, cedar and smoke curling around me like a living thing. My neck tingles, glands humming. I grit my teeth, jabbing another suppressant into my arm for good measure. I knock once, sharp. Harry? You alive in there? No answer, just a low groan. The pheromones hit harder now, raw and chaotic, making my knees wobble. Screw this. I shove the door open, and the scent slams into me like a tidal wave. In the dim light, Harry's slumped on a sofa at the bed's foot, shirt half unbuttoned, a cigarette smoldering between his fingers. His eyes, glassy and red-rimmed, snap to me. Get out! He rasps, voice like gravel. A throw pillow sails through the air, smacking my chest. I catch it, tossing it aside with a smirk. Nice aim. You done sulking? Or is this a new hobby? He glares, the cigarette's ember flaring as he takes a drag. I set out. Don't think you can sneak in and... Sneak! I cut him off, stepping over a shattered glass on the floor. The room's a wreck. Curtains askew. A lamp tipped over. Buddy, I'm not here for your sorry ass. I'm saving my reputation. Your pheromones are choking the house. His jaw tightens, but the cedar scent spikes, betraying his struggle. Control your own, he snaps. I can smell your wine stink from here. I laugh, sharp and mean. Oh, honey, that's just my natural charm. I lean against the wall, arms crossed, fighting the heat creeping up my spine. So what's the plan? You gonna keep polluting the air? Or should I do something about it? He stubs out the cigarette, hands shaking. I don't need your help. Sure you don't. I nod at the chaos around us. Looks like you've got this under control. His silence is answer enough. I sigh, glancing at Butler, who's lingered by the door, looking like he's praying for a miracle. What's the quickest fix? I ask him. Butler clears his throat. Calm his pheromones. Either you release yours to soothe him or, well, knock him out. Harry's head jerks up. Touch me, and I'll... Relax, Romeo. I say, cracking my knuckles. I'm not in the mood for cuddles. I step closer, ignoring the way his scent tugs at me, demanding submission. Last chance. Rein it in or I make you. Fuck off, he growls, but his voice cracks, betraying how close he is to breaking. That's my cue. I lunge, grabbing his collar and shoulder. He's tall, 6 foot something and built like a linebacker, but I'm faster. One swift move, and I flip him off the sofa, slamming him to the floor with a thud. His eyes widen, then flutter shut as he goes limp, pheromones fading like a snuffed candle. Butler gasps, clutching the doorframe. Sir, you killed him. I roll my eyes, kicking a stray shard of glass away. He's breathing. Get a doctor to check him. I open the window, letting fresh air dilute the cedar haze. My glands still burn, but I shake it off, heading for the door. Butler drags Harry's dead weight to the bed, muttering about lawsuits. You know, he says, panting. A bite would have worked just as well. I spin on him, incredulous. You want him marking me? Are you high? Butler shrugs, wiping sweat from his brow. Just saying, sir. It's biology. Biology can kiss my ass. I snap, storming out. I head downstairs, where my decorative alphas are cowering behind the kitchen island. Show's over. I call, letting a trickle of my pheromones slip out. Red wine, rich and teasing. They perk up, eyes glazing over. Good. Someone appreciates me. 3 days later, I'm back from a brutal workday, expecting another silent dinner. Instead, Harry's at the table, looking weirdly normal. No scowl, no death glare. He fidgets, glancing at me as I sit. He starts, clearing his throat. Thanks. For, the other night. I pause, fork halfway to my mouth. What? He shifts, uncomfortable. Butler said the ceiling fan fell. You pulled me out of the way. I nearly dropped my fork, shooting Butler a look. He's across the room, whistling like a cartoon villain. Ceiling fan? This guy's got nerve. I lean back, smirking at Harry. Yeah, sure. Heroics are my thing. He nods, missing the sarcasm. You okay? I mean, you didn't get hurt, right? I stare, baffled. Is he concerned? The guy who called me a pretty-faced schemer? Either I hit him too hard or he's got amnesia. I'm fine, I say slowly, watching him squirm. You? Yeah, rut's over. He looks away, ears pink. Just, thanks. I chew my steak, mind racing. He thinks I saved him. He's grateful. This is gold. I catch Butler's eye and he winks, the bastard. Fine. If Harry wants to play damsel, I'll be the knight, for now. Let's see how long it takes to crack that white moonlight armor. Chapter 3. Sparks in the dark. The nightclub pulses with bass, lights slicing through the haze like knives. I'm sprawled in a VIP booth, a glass of bourbon in hand, letting the chaos wash over me. Work's been a beast. Contracts, boardrooms, the usual grind. So I'm overdue for a night out. A pretty Omega leans in, offering to light my cigarette, while an alpha with a bite collar pours me another drink. My friends are laughing, tossing back shots, and for once I'm almost relaxed. Married life hasn't dulled you, Luis. One of them teases, nodding at my entourage. Still breaking hearts. I flash a grin, exhaling smoke. Takes more than a ring to tame me. The truth is, I've barely thought about Harry since our weird dinner. He's probably off pining for his mystery love, and I'm not about to lose sleep over it. Then I see him. Across the club, Harry's in a corner booth, all sharp cheekbones and furrowed brows, hunched over papers with some sleazy CO type. His tie's loose, sleeves rolled up, and he looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Our eyes lock, and for a second, the room shrinks. Just me, him, and that damn cedar scent I can almost taste from here. I raise my glass, smirking, daring him to react. He scowls, turning back to his papers. Cute. I lean forward, whispering to the Omega to fetch another round, making sure Harry sees the way my hand brushes theirs. Let him stew. I'm halfway through a story about a botched deal when a shadow falls over the table. Charlie, my ex, the alpha who thought he could mark me and walk away. His grin is all teeth, like a shark circling blood. No wedding invite? He says, sliding into the booth uninvited. I'm hurt, Luis. I don't flinch, signaling for another drink. Why would I invite the guy who fumbled the ball? My voice is light, but my grip on the glass tightens. Charlie laughs, leaning closer, his piney pheromones creeping into my space. You're still mad? Come on, you loved me. That mark on your neck. His fingers graze my collar, and I jerk back, bile rising. Touch me again, and you're eating pavement. I snap, low enough to keep it private. My red wine pheromones flare, sharp and defiant, and the omega next to me whimpers. Charlie's unfazed, pushing a drink my way. Relax. I'm a changed man. Ditch the husband, and we'll pick up where we left off. I'm about to shove the glass down his throat when a hand yanks him back. Harry. His eyes are storm dark, jaw clenched so tight I'm surprised his teeth don't crack. Back off, he growls, shoving Charlie against the table. The club's too loud for anyone to notice, but my friends go quiet, watching. I lean back, amused. Well, this is new. Charlie straightens, wiping his mouth. Who's this? Your guard dog. Harry's pheromones spike, cedar and smoke flooding the air. Her husband, he says, voice like a blade. He turns to me, glaring. What the hell, Luis? You just follow this creep into a dark corner. I blink, caught off guard. He thinks I'm the one chasing Charlie? The audacity. I laugh, sharp and bitter. Oh, honey, I don't chase. I'm the one being chased. I nod at Charlie. Exhibit A. Charlie smirks, stepping closer. She's right. I'm her first love. That mark on her neck? Mine. Harry's fist connects with Charlie's jaw before I can blink. The crack echoes, and Charlie stumbles, nose bleeding. My friends gasp, and I'm torn between cheering and rolling my eyes. Harry's shaking, knuckles white, looking at me like I betrayed him. You let him mark you? He demands, voice raw. I stand, brushing past the omega clinging to my arm. Ancient history, not your business. I'm pissed. Not at Charlie, but at Harry for acting like he owns me. What's your deal? Jealous. His face flushes, but he scoffs. Jealous? Of him? Please. He grabs my wrist, pulling me toward the exit. We're leaving. I yank free, planting my feet. Excuse me? You don't get to drag me around like some damsel. The club's still thumping, but our corner feels like a battlefield. Charlie's picking himself up, muttering curses, but I ignore him. Harry's eyes flash, but there's something else there, worry, maybe. That guy's bad news. You're reckless, Luis. You know how dangerous alphas like him are. I laugh, stepping into his space, close enough to feel his heat. Dangerous? Sweetheart, I eat guys like him for breakfast. You, on the other hand, I poke his chest. You're the one acting like a caveman. Charlie interrupts, wiping blood from his chin. Luis, you're just gonna let him hit me? I spin on him, done. You're lucky it was him and not me. Get lost, Charlie. I turn back to Harry, smirking. This is my husband, by the way. Say hi. Charlie's eyes dart between us, and he laughs, bitter. Husband? Good luck, man. She's a handful. He extends a hand to Harry, who ignores it, staring at me instead. Home? Harry asks, voice softer now, almost pleading. I tilt my head, considering. Charlie's still hovering, and the club's starting to feel claustrophobic. Fine, I say, brushing past Harry. But don't think this means you're in charge. We weave through the crowd, his hand brushing my back, guiding without touching. Outside, the night air's cool, but the tension between us crackles. Charlie's words echo in my head. First love, my mark, and I hate how they sting. Harry's quiet, but his pheromones are loud, possessive, and it's doing things to me I don't want to admit. You didn't have to punch him, I say, leaning against his car, arms crossed. He shrugs, unlocking the door. Didn't like his face. I snort, sliding into the passenger seat. Sure, nothing to do with me, right? He grips the wheel, not looking at me. Don't flatter yourself. But his ears are red, and I can't help the grin spreading across my face. He's jealous. He can deny it all he wants, but I know better. I settle back, letting my pheromones drift, just a hint of red wine to tease him. This marriage might be a mess, but damn if it isn't getting interesting. Chapter 4. Cue sticks and jealousy. It's a lazy Saturday, and for once, I'm not itching to hit the town. The villa's quiet, sunlight streaming through the floor-to-ceiling windows. I'm sprawled on the couch, dressed in a loose white sweater that slips off one shoulder. A book propped on my knee. The neckline's low, no bite guard in sight. Deliberate, of course. If Harry wants to play the stoic husband, I'll give him something to sweat over. He shuffles downstairs, hair mussed, still in pajama pants. His eyes land on me, and he freezes, like a deer caught in headlights. I glance up, all innocent. Morning, sunshine. Morning, he mumbles, beelining for the kitchen. I hear the coffee machine hiss, and I shift, letting my sweater slide a bit more, releasing a faint pulse of red wine pheromones. Nothing overt, just enough to make him twitch. He returns, coffee in hand, and drops into an armchair across from me. His nose wrinkles. What's that smell? I feign surprise, touching my neck. Oh crap, forgot my bite guard. That's just me. I bite my lip, all apologetic. Bother you? I can grab one. He chokes on his coffee, eyes darting to my exposed collarbone before snapping away. No, it's a fine. Smells like. He stops, flushing. Whatever. I hide a smirk, flipping a page. Red wine. My pheromones. You like. I keep my tone light, teasing, but my eyes stay on him, watching the way his fingers tighten around the mug. It's not bad, he mutters, staring at his coffee like it holds the meaning of life. Just didn't expect it. I hum, letting the silence stretch, the only sound my pages turning. Then, casual as anything, I say, complimenting an Omega scent is basically a pickup line. Careful, Harry. People might think you're flirting. His head jerks up, ears flaming. I'm not. That's not what I... He flails, coffee sloshing. You're twisting my words. Am I? I tilt my head, all mock innocence. Or are you just mad I called you out? He opens his mouth, closes it, then huffs, sinking deeper into the chair. You're impossible. And you're adorable when you're flustered. I snap my book shut, standing with a stretch that shows off every line of my frame. Have a good day, husband. I saunter upstairs, leaving him to stew in his own embarrassment. For the next few days, I'm a ghost. Work's a beast. And when I'm home, I dodge him, letting the tension simmer. I know he's tried to corner me, lingering by the dining room, hovering near my office, but I'm not ready to play nice yet. Not until I've got him exactly where I want him. Friday night, I'm back in a club, this one seedier than my usual haunts. My assistant's intel put Harry here, meeting that same sleazy CEO. I spot him in a booth, looking like he's aged a decade, flipping through contracts with a scowl. Poor guy's miserable. Perfect. I weave through the crowd, making sure my path takes me past his booth. His head snaps up, eyes tracking me like a hawk. I don't acknowledge him, heading straight for the pool tables. The crowd parts and I grab a cue, tossing another to a cocky alpha who's been eyeing me all night. You in? I ask, voice low. He grins, all bravado. With you? Hell yeah. I bend over the table, lining up my shot. My tailored jacket hugs my waist, pants tight enough to leave nothing to the imagination. The cue cracks, balls scattering with a satisfying clatter. The crowd hoots, and I feel Harry's stare burning a hole in my back. I glance over, catching his knuckles white around a contract, jaw ticking. I switch poses, one leg propped on the table, leaning low, letting my jacket ride up. Another shot, another ball in the pocket. The alpha beside me whistles, leaning close. Damn, you're good. Stick around. I purr, loud enough for Harry to hear. I'm just getting started. A glass shatters. Harry's on his feet, hand bleeding from a broken tumbler. The CEO's yammering about bandages, but Harry waves him off, storming toward me. I keep playing, cool as ice, until he's right beside me, his heat practically scorching. What the hell are you doing? He growls, snatching my cue and tossing it aside. I straighten, brushing imaginary lint off my sleeve. Playing pool. You want to join? I tilt my head, all wide-eyed innocence. His hand clamps onto my neck, fingers pressing over my bite guard. Except it's peeling, and he knows it. Your guard's half off, and you're... What, putting on a show? His voice is low, furious, cedar pheromones flooding my senses. I shrug, unfazed. Just having fun. You should try it sometime. The crowd's watching now, murmuring. The alpha I was playing with steps forward, confused. Who's this guy? He asks. I pause, letting the moment hang. Him, I say, smirking. My husband. Harry's grip tightens, and he yanks me toward the exit. We're going home. I stumble, laughing, and wave at the crowd. Catch you later. Outside, I wrench free, crossing my arms. What's your problem? I was just playing pool. You were flirting, he snaps, pacing the sidewalk. That guy was all over you, and your pheromones were everywhere. I step closer, voice dropping. And? We signed a deal, Harry. Mutual freedom. Or did you forget? I'm baiting him and he knows it, his face paling. I'm not. He stops, fists clenching. You're reckless. Someone could have tried something. I laugh, sharp and cold. Please. They wouldn't dare. But you, I poke his chest. You're acting like you care. Jealous, maybe? Jealous. He scoffs, but his eyes flicker. Don't be ridiculous. Then stop playing hero. I turn to walk away, but he grabs something from his pocket, a fresh bite guard. He shoves it into my hand, mumbling, "Fix your damn guard," before bolting down the street. I stand there, the plastic crinkling in my grip, and burst out laughing. Jealous, stubborn idiot. I slip the guard into my pocket, not bothering to put it on. The night's cold, but my skin's warm, his cedar scent still lingering. He's hooked. I just need to reel him in. Chapter 5, Chaos and Bites. The banquet hall glitters with chandeliers and fake smiles. The kind of place where deals are sealed over champagne and secrets. I adjust my cufflinks, the matching pin on my lapel glinting. A twin to the one Harry's wearing, courtesy of our parents' unsubtle meddling. We meet at the entrance, his face a storm cloud, mine a mask of indifference. Our eyes catch, then slide away, a silent agreement to endure this circus. Inside we're swarmed. Business tycoons, socialites, all eager to dissect the happy couple. I play along, flashing grins, letting my red wine pheromones drift just enough to charm. Harry's a statue, nodding curtly, his cedar scent sharp with irritation. We barely speak, orbiting each other like planets on a collision course. The crowd thins and bolder guests take their shot. An alpha with a sleazy grin slides me his card, his pheromones reeking of cheap cologne. "Luis, let's talk business sometime," he purrs, winking. I twirl the card, sniffing it with exaggerated flair. Nice scent. Cedar's not my type, though. Harry's nearby, and I catch his jaw twitch, eyes slicing through the guy like a blade. Another alpha, claiming we're old college buddies, corners me next. "Remember me? We should catch up." His hand lingers on my arm, and I laugh, all charm, no warmth. "Must have been some party," I say, easing away. Harry grabs 2 flutes of champagne, thrusting one at me, cutting the guy off mid-sentence. "Drink," he mutters, voice clipped. I take it, raising an eyebrow. "Thanks, darling." I turn back to the alpha, all smiles. "Where were we?" A third guy jumps in, asking for my number. I'm halfway through a flirty, maybe, when Harry snorts, loud enough to turn heads. His glass is empty, knuckles white, and he's staring at the ceiling like it's personally offended him. Then he's gone, stalking toward the smoking lounge, hand already fishing for a cigarette. I let him go, charming my way through more admirers until the crowd feels suffocating. Time to reel him back. I head for the lounge, but pause at the door, cracked open just enough to hear voices. Charlie's inside, face bruised, voice smug. "Luis is popular tonight, huh? Bet he didn't tell you I marked him first." My blood runs cold. That bastard. I grip the doorframe, ready to barge in, but Harry's voice stops me, low and mocking. "First? Funny, considering he's married to me now." Charlie laughs, bitter. "You're a placeholder. Luis loves me. Always will." I roll my eyes so hard I nearly sprain something. "Love?" Charlie wouldn't know it if it bit him. Harry's voice cuts through again, sharp. "If he loved you, you wouldn't be here whining. He said he'd marry me, not you." I freeze. Marry him? When the hell did I say that? Before I can process, Charlie snarls, "You'll never have him." Enough. I shove the door open, striding in. "I don't have either of you," I snap, glaring at Charlie. "Get over yourself." Charlie's eyes blaze, but he bolts, muttering about proving me wrong. I turn to Harry, who's crushing his cigarette, staring at me like I'm a puzzle he can't solve. "Done with your fan club?" he asks, voice tight. I pull out my own pack, ignoring him. "Got a light?" He hesitates, then flicks his lighter. I lean in, cigarette catching the flame, our faces inches apart. His cedar scent hits me, mixing with the smoke, and my pulse kicks up. "You smell like a bar," he grumbles, stepping back. I exhale, smirking. "Better than your ashtray vibe." We stand there, smoking in silence, the air heavy with unspoken words. A scream shatters the moment. Glass crashes somewhere in the hall, followed by shouts. I stub out my cigarette, frowning. What now? We step out and chaos greets us. Guests are stumbling, eyes glazed, pheromones flooding the air. An Omega lunges at Harry, clawing at his neck, and I yank them off, heart racing. What the hell? The air's thick with uncontrolled scents. Alphas in rut, omegas in heat. Harry's face pales, his own pheromones spiking. Cedar gone wild. Something's wrong, he chokes, loosening his tie. I scan the room, spotting a glass cabinet with suppressants. Stay here. I sprint over, smashing the glass and tossing needles to the crowd. People scramble, jabbing themselves, but the relief's fleeting. My own body's heating up, glands burning. I inject myself, then another, but it's like fighting a tidal wave. Harry's doubled over, clutching a table, his pheromones overwhelming. An omega grabs him again, and I shove them away, cursing. Doc! I yell, spotting a beta physician. He's allergic to suppressants. The doctor rushes over, face grim. He needs isolation. Now. I drag Harry to the smoking lounge, slamming the door. He's fighting me, eyes wild. Don't touch me, Luis. Shut up. I snap, my own control slipping. The doctor's mixing something, but Harry's pheromones are a storm, pulling at my instincts. I inject another suppressant, hands shaking. The doctor looks at me, hesitant. He needs an omega's mark to stabilize. You're his mate. No way. I growl, but Harry's voice cuts through, hoarse and desperate. Why not? We're married. He's half gone, tears streaking his face. You still love him, don't you? That creep Charlie? I stare, dumbfounded. Charlie? Are you insane? My legs wobble, heat surging, and I stumble, landing in his lap. The room spins, his arms locking around me, eyes burning. I want to bite you, he whispers, nose brushing my neck. I shove at him, panic rising. Try it, and you're dead. My nails dig into his arms, drawing blood, but his cedar scent's drowning me, my body betraying me. Just let me knock you out, I plead, raising a fist. He grabs my wrist, tears falling. You'd rather hit me than let me mark you. Because of him. I groan, head throbbing. There's no him, you idiot. The doctor's gone, leaving a pile of suppressants. Outside, the chaos grows, screams, moans, pure madness. Harry's pheromones are making it worse, a catalyst for the drug-fueled frenzy. I grit my teeth, yanking my collar down. Fine, bite me, but you owe me. His teeth sink in, sharp and hot, cedar flooding my veins, mingling with my red wine. I gasp, clinging to him, the world blurring. His pheromones calm, the storm easing. The doctor bursts in, shouting about evacuations, and I slump against Harry, exhausted. Then I swing, my palm cracking against his neck. He collapses, out cold. That's for biting me. I mutter, staggering to my feet. The room's spinning, but the crisis is over. For now. Chapter 6. Marks, promises, and messy love. I'm propped against the hospital bed's headboard, the sterile scent of antiseptic cutting through the haze in my head. The 4 drips steadily, flushing out the last of that nightmare drug. My assistant's voice crackles through the phone, detailing the fallout. Charlie's behind bars, the black market drug traced to his greasy hands. It was odorless, designed to send alphas and omegas into a frenzy, suppressants useless until the antidote kicked in. Harry's rut, unchecked by his allergy, turned him into a walking amplifier, nearly tipping the banquet into a scandal for the ages. I ended it by letting him mark me. Big mistake. Deal with Charlie. I say, voice flat. Permanently. Understood. My assistant replies, then hesitates. And Mr. Harry? He's been outside for hours. I glance at Butler, who's rearranging a vase of flowers like it's his life's mission. You said he wouldn't remember. I hiss, keeping my voice low. Butler shrugs, not meeting my eyes. Doc says his brain's not mush this time. The mark cleared his head. He knows what happened. I groan, yanking the blanket over my face. Then he can go jump off a bridge. Butler clears his throat, nodding toward the door. I peek out, and there's Harry, kneeling on the linoleum like a kicked puppy. Eyes red and hair a mess. My stomach twists. Damn him for looking pitiful. Who let you in? I snap, sitting up. He flinches but doesn't move. You said I should die. Figured I'd do it here. I snort, swinging my legs off the bed. Real dramatic. Get up before you embarrass us both. He doesn't budge, voice barely a whisper. I'm sorry, Luis. For everything. I pause, needle still dangling from my arm. Sorry? That's new. I rip the 4 out, ignoring the sting and stalk over looming above him. You bit me, you idiot. You think sorry cuts it? He looks up, eyes glassy. I didn't mean to, I wanted to, but not like that. You were saving everyone, and I messed it up. Butler coughs, muttering something about coffee, and slips out. Traitor. Across my arms, glaring. You messed up, all right? Now get off the floor before I make you. He scrambles up, towering over me but somehow smaller, shoulders hunched. The bed creaks as he perches on the edge, hands twisting in his lap. I don't have a white moonlight, he blurts, catching me off guard. I blink. What? The rumors. They're wrong. He swallows, staring at his shoes. It's you. Always was. When we were kids, you said you'd marry me. I held on to that, even when I didn't know it was you. I was too dumb to connect the dots until recently. I stare, brain short-circuiting. I said that? When we were, 6? I rack my memory. Blurry summers, chasing fireflies, some snot-nosed promise under a tree. You're kidding. I'm not. His voice softens, and he risks a glance at me. I went to your dad after the banquet invite. Asked about you. He told me enough to figure it out. I was mad you didn't remember, but I couldn't let you go. I laugh, sharp and disbelieving. So you sulked for years over a kid's promise? That's pathetic. He winces, but there's a spark in his eyes. Maybe, but you're not exactly innocent, Luis. You've been playing me. Flirting, dodging, making me jealous. Don't deny it. I lean back, smirking. Guilty. You're fun to rile up. But don't think I'm head over heels. This, I gesture between us, was a means to an end. Bullshit, he says, voice firm now. He slides closer, the mattress dipping. You let me mark you. You could have knocked me out, but you didn't. You said, bite me. That's not just strategy. I shove him, but there's no heat in it. It was a crisis, you moron. I wasn't confessing my undying love. He catches my wrist, eyes locked on mine. Maybe not, but you like me. Butler said you've never gone this far to mess with anyone. Not even Charlie. I yank my hand free, cheeks burning. Butler's fired. I stand, pacing to the window, needing space from his cedar scent creeping under my skin. Fine, you're not awful. But I don't do love, Harry. Not after Charlie. And you're not marking me again. He's behind me in a second, hands hovering but not touching. I don't need to mark you again. I just need you to stop running. His voice drops, almost a plea. I'm not him, Luis. I'm not going anywhere. I turn, ready to snap, but his face stops me. Open, raw. No trace of the cold alpha from our wedding night. My throat tightens. You're a pain in the ass, I mutter, shoving past him to flop back on the bed. He grins, crawling onto the mattress, ignoring my glare. And you're a brat. We're married, though. Kinda stuck with me. Call me wife one more time and I'll end you. I warn, but my lips twitch. He laughs, leaning in, his breath warm against my neck. Okay, husband. Better? I shove his face away, but he's back, nuzzling my collarbone, lips brushing the mark he left. Stop it. I grumble, but my hands betray me, tangling in his hair. You're obsessed with that spot. I am not. He mumbles, kissing it again. Just checking if Charlie got here first. I freeze, then grab his ear, twisting. Mention him again, and I'll break your nose. He yelps, laughing, pinning my wrists. All right. No Charlie. Just you. His eyes soften, and he leans closer, voice low. I'm jealous. Okay? Thinking you loved him. It kills me. I roll my eyes, but my chest warms. Idiot. I don't love him. Never did, not really. The words slip out, and I curse myself, but Harry's grin is blinding. Say it. He urges, lips hovering over mine. Say you love me. Get lost. I snap, but he's kissing my jaw, my neck, relentless. My resolve crumbles, heat pooling low. Fine, I love you, you clingy bastard. Happy? He pulls back, beaming like he won the lottery. Very. He kisses me, deep and slow, cedar and red wine mingling until I'm dizzy. When we break apart, I'm breathless, glaring at him. You're insufferable, I mutter, but I'm smiling, and he knows it. Butler pokes his head in, smirking. Told you, sir. Nobody outshines your charm. Out. I bark, throwing a pillow. He dodges, cackling, and Harry pulls me close, laughing into my hair. Guess we're even, he whispers. I huff, but don't pull away. Even sounds pretty damn good.